What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? Florida's joke governor has signed into law what he calls the strongest anti-rioting, pro-law enforcement measure in the nation. The law was written in response to protests around the country following the death, actually the murder, of George Floyd at the hands of dirty Minneapolis police officers. This law is designed to add additional protections for police officers and punish those who participate in protests that result in property damage and violence. Florida experienced little of the violence seen elsewhere around the country last summer following George Floyd's death. But Governor Ron DeSantis said tougher laws were needed to make sure Florida doesn't see the same kind of protests that occurred in Minneapolis, Portland, Oregon, and other cities. At the bill signing on Monday, this dude said, if you riot, if you loot, if you harm others, particularly if you harm a law enforcement officer during one of these violent assemblies, you're going to jail. The law increases penalties for protesters who block roadways or deface public monuments. It creates a new crime called dun, 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 mob intimidation. And get this, fam. It requires that anyone arrested at a protest be denied bail until their first court appearance, making it likely for overnight jail stays. But wait, there's more. The law makes local officials in Florida liable for lawsuits from injured parties if they are found to have not done enough to respond to control violent protest. And what about defunding the police? You know they had to put that in there, right? It allows officials to appeal to the governor and his cabinet any decision by local officials to reduce funding to law enforcement. This is unconstitutional, all of it. First and foremost, the police already have too many protections. They're pretty much trying to make these dudes gods. I mean, they can do no wrong. They have too many protections. The protections they have need to be reduced. First and foremost, starting with qualified immunity. Gone. It needs to be out of here. Now, these people are so devilish. They're introducing bills that ain't got nothing to do with protesting. They squeezing stuff in that ain't got nothing to do with protesting. They're trying to protect the monuments, the Confederate monuments. You know what? What else? What else can we? The monuments. Yeah, let's put that in there. Okay, what else? The right to say the N-word. Yeah, let's put that in there. You can't talk back to somebody who call you the N-word. That's a good one. This is how these clowns must be sitting around coming up with these laws. You got the monuments. Then you got, and this one right here, fam, this whole being allowed to run somebody over at a protest if they get in your way. If they're standing in the way. You can basically run somebody over and get a free pass. The governor said that this was going to make it possible for people to be arrested for looting and fighting and destroying property. You know, he said if you do stuff like this, you're going to jail. Well, people already go to jail for that kind of stuff if they get caught, right? So what's the purpose of putting it into law? It's already in law. You already go to jail if you loot, if you get caught looting, being violent, or attacking somebody, uh, you know, destroying property. So what's the purpose? This is the demonic, the demons exercising their power, abusing their power, like stretching their authority. And this is what has upheld this demonic thread in American society for so long. And that is, let's make it a law. We're going to make it a law. And with that law comes the latitude to distribute justice the way we see fit. So we're going to put our people like us in place and think like us. We're going to put them in position to make the final decisions. So we'll have the law in the book. The law is basically designed to protect some and to punish others. That's what it's for. The law is not to have a guideline for civility. It's not for that. It's, we're going to make it a law to where we can do it, but you can't. And if you try it, we are going to punish you. We're going to use this same law to circumvent justice for ourselves. This is why they have those diversion programs for certain people, and other people know nothing of it. Like, hey, I didn't even know a diversion program existed until I was in my 30s. Whereas certain people, they hear about the diversion program the first time they go in for a misdemeanor. They hear it. It's offered to them. It's offered. And so what does that mean? That means that the lawyers are in on it too. A lot of these lawyers that Black people been hiring are in on it too. Because they know, but they don't even offer it to their client. I mean, not offer it, but they don't even suggest it to their clients. They don't suggest to their clients that they ask for a diversion program, which is much better than just probation. Because once you settle for probation, it's on your record. With the diversion, you can get the it's almost like whatever crime you committed never happened. It goes away. It can't be used against you at all. Fam, further proof that evil people run the world, evil people run America. The evil, the most demonic, the most uncivilized mutts are at the top. This is why things are so messed up. They're at the top. You see? This is why. And this is why it ain't gonna get no better. This is why slavery was able to exist in the first place, and it went on for so long. And then you had the Jim Crows and the Tuskegee and the crack epidemic and the redlining and the Rosewood and the Tulsa, and the mass incarceration, and all of this stuff. All of this evil stuff is evil people sitting back pulling the strings. And much of the evil is your elected officials. The governor is taking part in this. And this is not just him in Florida. This is all around the country. It's like 30-something states are introducing anti-protest law, anti-protest legislation. One of the few things that I really dug about America is freedom of speech, being an artist, freedom of speech, the right to assemble. And that's, fam, we're pretty much in a Nazi state, and we're just sitting back and we're allowing it to happen. And we're giving these people the power. We're like empowering these people, and all they're doing is just every Every day, just another little signature, another right taken away. Choop, 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 choop. So they're chipping away every day at our few liberties that we do have left. Ron DeSantis, your mama should be embarrassed and your daddy should have pulled out. No more talk.
What them haters talking about?